good now. Just give it a sec. There's an ad now. There's an ad. I can't fucking win, man. That's crazy. Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. What's going on, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Apex Destiny podcast. You can find out more about us on our Discord. I'm saying this really fast because I've done it twice now, just not on camera. The link is down below. we have our links to our YouTube where we post all of our podcast content, as well as our links to our individual Twitter handles. What's going on, guys? We have Face in the center, and Mr. Ice is on the left. I am very sorry for the technical difficulties. Really, it was just me being stupid. I had no difficulties at all. So, anyway, let's get back to the show. And can you guys tell me what games you were playing that are not Destiny this week? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys.
I've been playing WoW. They've got that new anniversary mount that I got with some friends, and Skyrim because I want bows to be good.
I mean, I love Skyrim too. I haven't dove back into that game in a long time, but I think I want to soon.
I've never really finished it. I think I finished it once with
You don't
mods,
need to,
but that doesn't count. It's just not.
I don't think I've ever played Skyrim. I played Morrowind and Oblivion, but I never got into Skyrim.
Skyrim's the best one by far.
That's what I've heard. But I've been in between Destiny playing some Call of Duty. But mostly,
this Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
I have it on the PlayStation.
Besides my Xbox.
You have it on PlayStation.
My brother has it.
Traitor?
No, I didn't pay for it.
Oh.
But see, the good thing on there is you can hook up a mouse and keyboard.
I did. That's how I actually play.
Cheetah.
It still runs like crap, though. It's a console.
It's 60 FPS, so.
It looks like poop. Come on now. PC Master Race. It is cool that you could do that, though.
But all of my Xbox friends complain about the mouse and keyboard players.
I mean, they should be, because if you're using a mouse and keyboard, you're scum on console. Don't do it. That's like running a relay race against people on crutches.
No, time out. When you do that, you go into lobbies with other keyboard and mouse guys.
Not always.
No,
it's not my problem.
You can plug in Zim adapters, which then give you... It's not totally the same.
Yeah, it's a little latency, and the movement's not the same for some reason.
Because it's translating, but...
Yeah, exactly. It's translating the motions of a controller. This is actually a mouse and keyboard.
Wait, you can actually just straight plug in your mouse?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's allowed in the game. It's native.
You only get matched with other people who
Not only, but most of the time.
All right, well then you're scum, so...
See,
wait. Isn't that because they have full crossplay or something?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm able to play with my Xbox friends, and I'll play with my controller because they bitch about me using mouse and keyboard because it puts us with a bunch of other mouse and keyboard players. So I'll use my controller, which tends to pair us with other controller people. But then they complain that I have potato aim because I'm using a controller, but I'm used to using a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
So then go ahead.
But that big ground war that they have is 64 players. It's like a Battlefield, and you have to have crossplay on to do that.
Okay. I didn't even know that. I haven't played that mode.
But trying to join and do it is kind of weird because you have to... Like, if you're on Xbox or Battle.net or whatever, you can just invite and join that way. But if you're cross-platform, you have to go in. It's like the Steam ID. There's a big, 15-digit number, and you have to send invite that way. And you have to individually be a friend on that game, and it makes it difficult. But it's nice to be able to play with my Xbox friends since they refuse to come to PC.
I don't blame them. It's an expensive jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So you've been enjoying some Call of Duty. I just messing around with a little bit of the Outer Worlds. I didn't get too deep into it, but it's definitely cool. Like if you like Fallout, it's like Fallout.
It's just
better.
Fallout.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so it's the team that made the good Fallout and the good Skyrim, or the good whatever it's called, Elder Scrolls.
Yes, Rex, go to bed. And then I picked up my Switch actually yesterday and today a little bit. I was playing a little bit more of the Link's Awakening, which is the Zelda remake from the Game Boy game, which is really cute little game. It's good.
Yeah.
Nah, not the Zeldas.
Not really, actually.
It's funny because they say Breath of the Wild is very similar to Skyrim. I could kind of see the comparisons.
Well, I never finished Skyrim either.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes.
So, anywho,
fun.
We have a show here today, right? Because Josh so kindly pointed out that this is a show about Destiny and not other games.
I think he's just harassing it.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
But, yeah, Zelda is lit. But let's talk about some Destiny.
Oh.
We're going to do it. Go ahead. You have something to say?
Well, Josh wants to talk about bows.
Bows? Oh, you want to talk about bows?
That's what he just said. He said, yeah, dude, talk about bows.
Come on, Josh. Talk about bows since you got all the answers. Actually, you want to sign in with us and get on cam?
Bows are better than all freeloading? Okay. Okay. So, I've been doing a bit of testing, and I'm really confused with what the fuck Bungie thinks they're doing with bows. Because some of them are really good in like very certain situations, like Garden of Salvation, they're fantastic. But they also suck the second you get into anything that's more difficult. And it's like, why is there so much risk for this? And like, you have to 2-tap if you're doing Prestige Levy. Why can't I one-shot crit people in Prestige Levy? That just doesn't make any sense to me. It makes me very upset. I'm sorry. It makes me very upset. I don't know. They got to do something about bows. But bows are very good to use in the new dungeon in Pit of Heresy, even to the point where Dado swapped to a bow halfway through doing his 3 flawless runs. Well, the 3 flawless runs where he wasn't letting himself use any pinnacle.
And what kind of bow would you use in that activity?
He was using a Rampage Archer's Tempo, because of course you want to have Archer's Tempo. But Rampage on a bow is kind of redundant. You don't really need it, because either you're going to be one-shotting everything with a crit, which you should be if you can aim, but with 3 stacks of Rampage, you're not one-shot bodying people in the dungeon. So there's not really a reason to use that. I prefer to use the Fire for that, or Dragonfly. I think that works a little better for me.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Ice, you did the dungeon this weekend, right?
Yes, it was fabulous.
Yes, because I made you.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I did too. Because I was with you guys.
Man,
that part where we had to run from the ogre, it's almost like one of those horror movies where the big bad boss is outside and he can't reach you inside there.
And you gotta move anyway.
Second counter.
Yeah, where the ogres are at.
I do like that encounter.
Oh man,
it gives you that fear, you know.
That's a lot of fun, especially on a warlock, because you can skate with it.
Well, so guys, we're doing another review on Shadowkeep. Not another one, but like a more extensive one. We wanted to talk about a couple things in more detail. So,
more thoughts.
I want to kick it off first with the whole level 999 thing. Because I know
TWAB and all that.
Yeah. So we could come back to the TWAB, but I definitely want to start off with the 999 guy. His name was Bagel 4K. So
I think that's awesome.
So yeah, so he reached level 999 this week, and he soloed the Shattered Throne, which was stated in the lore tab, right?
Kind of.
Well, hinted at, or whatever you want to say. It definitely said it word for word, though, right? Something about the Shattered Throne, like, yeah. So, nothing happened in game.
Mm-hmm, as it should.
Which I was upset about.
Of course you would.
But they did make a post, which was kind of cool. So, care to shed some light on what the post had faced? I know you've been following this.
You're the one who's mad about it. The post
Yeah,
was
because it
just-
should have been done in game.
No, it shouldn't have. People who thought
Why?
that things were going to happen
Savathun
are
doesn't have a computer.
suckers. Okay, actually, a different news place somewhere pointed out that there have been wall-breaking events before in Destiny, specifically the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, where they refer to, don't their bullets feel a little weak knowing that you're the only one real here? Won't you something oh player mine? So it's not entirely out of character for them to talk to the actual players of the game as opposed to the Guardians. So to that effect, Savathun is talking to us saying, you absolute idiots, this is a battery for making me more powerful. You just made yourselves more powerful, which just charged it even more. I am hungry, I am insatiable, I am the end, yada, yada, yada. I think that something was going to happen after that. I mean, she's the goddess of trickery.
That's fine. Put it in the game. That's all I ask.
They could have...
Extend the lore tab. Make something come down saying exactly those things you just said.
Just add their post as a lore tab. He unlocks his own lore thing.
Something happens in the game. Let's just say an extra paragraph comes out in that lore tab, but it's in game.
So
she's still tricking us. She's still tricking us, but it's in game, and that's been Bungie's problem for how long now?
Because we still don't know what the 15th wish is. People have been speculating that beating Savathun, according to the lore and truth of power, would break the curse, but as we all see, it was all a lie.
We all got tricked. So I still think it could have been cooler.
Life has been saying from the beginning that it was probably a trick.
He was?
People just, yeah. And when they started getting close, Life's like, nothing's going to happen because it's Savathun. Beaker says clearly they didn't expect it to happen, so it wasn't prepared.
I agree with you there, Beakers. I don't think they expected anybody to get to 999 this season.
The guy said he played 200 plus hours of Destiny in a week or so, or 2 weeks.
Crazy, yeah.
To get 999. He was behind, and he caught somebody, and then Bagel 4K reached out to Glad saying, hey, do you want to play on my account? And Glad said, no, I'm going to help you, but you're going to do it yourself. And that just shows, there was 40,000 people watching Glad. Just the community banding together to cheer this guy on.
There was a lot of drama about that. That was not really a banner moment for the Destiny community. They were really upset that Glad wasn't going to play it and do it himself.
I kind of like that he wasn't going to do it himself. That's not his job to take somebody else's character.
No, it's not. Chat was just being toxic.
No, I think it's awesome that he said, I'm going to help you out still. That's awesome. So I think he's a good guy for doing that. I don't think it tarnishes him. No, Chad is... Do you know how Chad is sometimes?
Yeah, it's just Chad.
But this week, they finally fixed the Izanagi's Burden Quest.
Yes, they did, dude.
Didn't they rebreak something else about it too, though?
When they first said they fixed it, they rebroke it.
Okay.
And then I think now they actually fixed it.
But it all works fine this time?
From what I'm hearing. I know one of my buddies got a rare bounty, which I know is one of the broken bits.
How do you feel about the pinnacle changes? The plus
I like
twos.
I definitely like them. I still think it makes it pretty hard to get to the 960, which is what they want, so that's fine. I'm just still pissed that there's not an infinite loop I could do. And I know everybody gets mad. It's going to be too easy that way. Make it really hard. I don't care as long as it's there, but make it a point where I could get a drop that is pinnacle somewhere in the game.
Something like if you could get some sort of currency little bits at a time from doing activities in the game, and then that generally increase your light level?
No. The game is based on loot. No, the game is based on loot drops. In order to get those pinnacles, there's still only a finite amount of things that you could do in a week to get it.
Yeah, but power shouldn't be tied to numbers like that. That was actually one of the main complaints that everyone had with WoW in this latest expansion. Because if you do that, then there would be people who are hopelessly behind and never ever able to catch up. And then people feel like the game becomes a chore and you have to keep playing in order to be at all viable. And it's just,
Well, I think you're right, but in this particular instance, I think we talked about it last week. When the cap is 950, and the extra 10 points is really what clout, or I mean, obviously the power does matter, but it's unnecessary for most activities.
yeah, it's for those.
It doesn't become like a bitch to catch up. You'll get to the soft cap, not the soft cap, but the first cap, I guess, relatively quick if by just playing a game, and then this becomes the grind, so to speak. I don't even care if it takes just as long to acquire the number 960. I care that you can't do it on your terms. That's what I mean when I say that. I understand that people don't want this to be something that everybody has. I understand that. But at the same time, you should put a system in the game where I could grind it out as much as I want to. And even if it takes, like I said, a longer time to get it, that's fine. But at least it's still on my terms. That's how I feel.
See, the 960 thing, like with the artifact, I don't really see a point of trying to grind those pinnacles half of the time because the artifact will compensate for that extra you'd be missing out from the pinnacles anyway, because you can hit 960 plus using the artifact.
Well, now that I'm plus 18 on my artifact, it's going to take almost 2 million XP, and I'm not Bagel. I'm not sitting here doing moon activities all the time just to keep getting that XP. So it's kind of nice to have pinnacles as a guaranteed way to go up a level every week. And I got to do my Iron Banner bounties tomorrow to get more, but I'm getting 954 drops now from that stuff. I should be 960 without really doing too much by the end of the season.
Just by doing your pinnacles and stuff.
Yeah.
But still,
I don't know.
I don't like being cap at the end of a season, though. You know what I mean?
I think what they should have done, if I were to try and fix this to make it something that I would enjoy more, I would change it so that you only get pinnacle gear from 980 activities. I don't want the raid to give pinnacle gear. And then it should only be from 980 activities. 980 Nightfall, 980 Master Hunts, and then give us some kind of challenge mode in there. Like if you do the challenges during the raid week, those drop 980 or those drop a pinnacle piece or something like that too. So you have enough that you could conceivably get there, but you have to do the highest end content to get it. Right now it's just kind of like, I'll do my raid, I'll get 5 drops a week, and we'll see what happens from there. Kind of doesn't really matter. But if it was only 980 stuff, then it would be a little more weighty, I think.
I agree with that.
Because the raids, I don't like saying that it's easy, because I know that people struggle with it. But, I mean, it's not something that it's not something that the people to whom the pinnacle gear is marketed would have trouble doing. Not that the 980 Nightfall is on it. I don't know. I kind of just want them to get rid of power level overall.
What would you put in place, you said?
Nah, nothing.
Nothing? But then that takes away from like the whole RPG MMO thing.
You can still do XP for like the artifact, but power level doesn't really make it an RPG. That's just, this weapon is artificially stronger than that other one because it has a higher number on it. It's not like choosing between a lightweight versus a precision bow, where that matters because the lightweight bows aren't going to one tap to the head all the time, where the precisions do. That's an RPG decision. Saying, I got to use this or infuse this into my other weapon because it has a higher light level. It's just, it has a higher light level. Let me push it until I get to cap. They could do more stuff with the artifact and skill trees to make it more RPG rather than just having light levels.
Yeah, the light level can potentially prevent players from doing certain activities because, say, they don't have enough time to invest in Destiny a week, so they're never going to be able to get 950 to do those in-game activities like, say, dungeon or the raid or the 980 Nightfalls because they're not high enough light.
But even then, we all hit 950. Like, I think we slacked off the first Tuesday reset. My group
Yeah,
did.
because we all went in for the raid. But yeah, we were relatively close to 950 right out the gate, pretty much.
Yeah, I was 950 by that Saturday.
Yeah.
I was 950 way before then.
I just don't know. I can't see the game without those numbers. You know what I mean?
But like,
Yeah,
what do they
it's been
add
the
to
same
the
for 5 years.
game?
Literally a progression that you could see. That's probably the basic answer for that.
But
Like,
they could
because you're
do
right. Because if it
better
doesn't,
things.
yeah. But I don't know. Like, so you said you would have nothing in place for it.
I'd
So
keep
what
the
is-
artifact. I don't know.
Keep the artifact.
I don't know
Okay, so
how the
that's-
artifact would do light levels or whatever.
No, could keep the same. Well,
But light level only matters for the first like week, and if you draw it
Yeah.
out like they are with the pinnacles, it doesn't really matter because I'm used to doing those activities without being on
Yeah.
level. All it means is that towards the end of the season, when I'm already doing the activities fine, I can do the activities a little better,
Hmm.
a little faster. It just doesn't. It adds a bit of an artificial grind, and I'm just not that big of a fan of it. I understand that it's central to Destiny though, so I don't anticipate them doing anything like that anytime soon.
can't imagine that being a popular, opinion either.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I'd be open to anything making the game better. So if the game would be better because of it, I would definitely try it out.
How
Try
do
out
you
this season
think-
without it.
How do you think like a Destiny test server would be, right? Say like they have Destiny 2 and the Destiny 2 say test server where you can go in there and log in and they can implement changes to the test server and then they can get feedback on things in the game without putting it in the main server. Like some games like PUBG do that and Battlefield did that. Or they could implement changes to like what Face said to the light level system, and then people could try it out, and if they don't like it, then they can give.
Well, that would
Their
be a bit of
insight
a
on it.
huge change to just throw on a test server. I don't know. They could
All right.
definitely. I know people in Crucible
Sorry.
would like that because they are always complaining about the fact that Bungie doesn't really seem to test their changes. Although Bungie's got that new labs mode that I think they should be making better use of.
Yeah, it's nice to see elimination come back.
Yeah.
See what trials will be when they inevitably bring that back.
That'll be the season that I get to cap and WoW.
How do you guys feel about Festival of the Lost this time
There you
around?
go.
I-
I hated it. It's not fun. Like
It's the same as
sorry.
before. Like
No, it's just
literally-
different.
it's the same
It's
as
a little
last.
different.
It's just I'm sorry. I mean, I know they probably just threw that out to give us some content for the event, but it's not for me. I tried it a few times. I was like, this is just pretty lame. Just going through like the waves. It's
You just don't
timed,
like the
right?
forest activity?
It was never for me. I know it was just like a free activity they kind of just threw in the game. I might have to just finish up some of the stuff to get the auto rifle, and I should be pretty close. But that's
It
about
ends. It ends on this Tuesday's reset, right?
Yeah,
The 19th.
yeah, we got time.
So we have a
I
week.
didn't really see the need to get the auto rifle. Like I
Here's
might
pretty
go
good.
for
Here's
it,
pretty
but
good.
I'm not an auto rifle user. If I don't use recluse, I use hand.
Fair enough.
I've always used hand cannons.
You could use a bow.
Him and your
I
bow.
need to start using the bow because of mine. I want to start working on the Undying title.
Oh, yeah. I gotta do that at some point. I don't know. Festival of the Lost is fun. I like the idea of the forest a lot. I wish that it had a little higher reward rate, though,
Yeah,
because I don't enjoy running it and getting like just short of enough chocolate coins to buy a bag. I like that the bags can give you stuff like enhancement cores. That is really nice of them to do.
Mm,
But it should be more like the Dawning event. You got a ton of stuff for doing the Dawning event.
yeah.
See, it would be nice instead of each phase or each wave having a completely negative effect on you, like grounded or blackout, if it would give you a negative and then give you a positive on top of it. So you could have blackout with grenadier, or, you know, so they so you have a little bit more power in there because those higher light levels in that, it's easy to just get shit on.
In Festival of the Lost,
Yeah, like
the
in those
forest.
like 7 or 8, like with 3 negative multipliers against you, or 2 of them. Some of them, it if you
Yeah,
die, it makes it extremely punishing.
I don't actually know how it works for new players, but as someone who played last year, my masks had all of the options unlocked right away,
okay.
and because I collected all the mods last year.
Speaking of that,
Throw on that in air one. I don't know what's it called, air supremacy or something like that. Higher purpose, and you can tank a knight's smash standing right next to it on grounded, just by jumping. And when it says it significantly increases damage to all enemies, I mean, like, my bows were one-shotting bodies on almost everything. If you throw on Recluse, getting to stage 10 with that is not a problem at all.
see, speaking of those mods, last year I wasn't on PC at the time of this festival. I was on Xbox, but I've noticed this year they didn't make any. They didn't say, "Hey, you have to equip this mod." It didn't say anything about it. I went through the whole event until a couple days ago, not realizing that they were mods to equip on your masks.
I
don't
think
know
that
if-
they expected you to just know that because Armor 2.0 has been more of a thing. But yeah, they could have thrown in a in-game tutorial like they did on the banner. You know, Festival of the Lost is here. Throw on your mask, equip a mod, and go take on people in the forest. That would
Best
be
way
nice.
to get exotics is by playing the game, sir.
Yeah, there's no. Well, Zur, every Friday you can buy
And Zur.
exotics. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you.
It's a nice little event. It's free. It's happening. There's plenty of other stuff to do right now, to the point where I'm not worried about it being of low quality if it is.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. So you guys like it? You don't like it? What's up?
I don't
The
care.
Festival. You don't care?
It
Do it
exists.
with or without?
I mean, the tower looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's actually probably the coolest part about it for me. The music when you hit the tower, the aesthetic of the tower, they do a really good job with that stuff.
And then
Yeah.
they always make sure to update Eververse and make sure that
Yeah. Of course they're gonna
you
update
buy
the
stuff in
Eververse.
there.
Come on, man.
Oh, that
Come
would
on,
actually
man.
be my one complaint about it, would be that you can't dye the glow. Let me dye the glow. I use those all
Yeah.
the time.
They are
I-
pretty sick.
I have no problem with them updating Eververse. I mean,
Wait, so the glow, like what? You could change the outside of it, but the inside stays the same color?
you can change the color of the suit you're wearing,
Mm-hmm.
but the glow stays the same based on your class.
So the skeleton part.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
it is very lame.
Yeah, they were pretty cool too. I was looking over some of them.
Oh, it's super.
I almost pulled the trigger, and I'm glad you just told me that because I probably won't now.
I bought it. I like.
But speaking about buying things and why I was fucking up the podcast a little earlier, I'm gonna pull it up on my screen. Probably not gonna see much of it though. Me wants. Oops.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of you guys saw it. Look at him.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's cute. Do you know the story? Like the lore about the Jade Rabbit, like in like Asian culture and stuff?
I do not, because
It's pretty cool.
I'm hunting for them right now on the moon, and I can't find one of them. And everything is telling me something different, and Braytech's telling me one thing, and the game is telling me something else, and I'm very upset. But that's neither here nor there.
I'll get around to those eventually.
If you guys have a chance, look up like Jade Rabbit lore, and it's pretty interesting too because it's about a moon rabbit, and the thing is in Destiny 1 there was a secret emblem, not a secret, it was in a chest, but it happens to be on the moon in the Fogoth area, like the original strike for Fogoth, where you fight them, that's where the emblem is. And there's like a cool like little lore thing, and I kind of like that they added it to the game now.
Interesting.
I have a video if you guys are interested. I could post it somewhere, but it was pretty cool. But yeah, where were we? On the moon.
No idea.
How do you guys feel about the moon? Right? So we didn't touch on this last week during our Shadowkeep review, but the moon's back. As a new player, I wanted to ask Face, how do you feel about the space?
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Like it's not like the Dreaming City where it was very clearly divided into 3 separate portions. You've got 4 here, which is fine. I don't know. It kind of feels like there's not. I don't know if it's just that because we're in the caverns all the time. There's not as many nook and crannies. Like if I'm going somewhere, I know where I'm going, and then there's a very clear bridge over from Anchor of Light to Archer's Line, and then there's only one way to get from Archer's Line to Hellmouth. I guess that's just the design. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've had a lot of trouble navigating it, looking for these fucking rabbits.
So I'm actually surprised you say you like it, because I know this is bothering you, yeah?
Yes.
But yeah.
Because I just want the rabbit. I think I have 2 left, and I can't find them.
The moon's basically, it's pretty close to what it was on D1.
Well, I was
added.
going to ask you, you're a Destiny 1 player, right? So do you
Yeah.
think that the moon is like what they've added? Is it fresh enough for you to still like enjoy it without the whole like idea of, oh, it's recycled content? You know what I mean?
They've added a big, huge new area. Like
They
the
added
area.
like a whole underneath area too. That's pretty freaking cool.
Wait, they added underground stuff?
Yeah, like all that stuff underground was not in the first game.
Some of it
Really?
was where you went,
Not all of it though.
like
right?
over, where you went in, like on the way to the Fogoth strike and stuff. All of that in that area, the World's Grave was all
No,
in Destiny 1.
That was in there. I'm talking about. I don't know exactly where it is, but you go like you're outside, and there's like an area where you literally like it looks like if you make a left, you'll like jump off of the map completely, but you just go down below it, and it's like this whole underground area. It's one of the missions. I forgot which mission it was, but it was definitely brand new, and I thought it was pretty cool. I always liked the moon as a Destiny player, even in Destiny 1, so I was very happy to get it back. And I think they did enough to keep it fresh where it doesn't feel like it's so recycled that people are like upset about it.
Well, people
I don't know.
are upset about it anyway because
I don't know. I feel like it's fresh even though I've been there before, kind of thing.
Did you play the tire game?
I did not play the tire game. I know about it a little bit, but I haven't played it.
I tried playing today for a little bit, and if you barely touch the tire in the wrong way, it flies off the wrong direction.
Of course it does. That's irritating. Is it over there? Yeah, I don't know. That tire game is weird. I'll sit around and hope someone else gets it while I'm looking at them, I guess. Or maybe I can find Legion if he hasn't done it already. I'm sure he wants those triumph points.
Yeah.
I did like seeing the way that they changed up the triumphs. All the hidden stuff on the moon has been a lot of fun to hunt down. It's not something I normally do, but without having to do all that ascended stuff, it feels a little easier than the Dreaming City. Except I had gotten lost in those catacombs and those old spots that I assumed were from D1 quite a bit. And that's been really cool, because when it gets all dark and like you're running a bow and Izanagi's and the grenade launcher, and you of course don't have any shield piercing rounds, and you I found it. And you run into a shield anti-barrier whatever champion. It's just like, oh fuck, I couldn't see 2 inches in front of my face. And there you are. Oh no. That was a little scary, but cool stuff.
Yeah. I think it goes, for me, it's like just the aesthetic. It's cool. I like it.
What's Pasta trying to hook me up with?
What are you trying to do, Pasta?
I'm really confused. Oh, I found it. I found the rabbit because Braytech doesn't show the ones that you don't have, apparently. Which is...
Wait, You found it right now?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I'm buying that bunny at some point.
Wait, now I'm missing one.
I think I might put it in my PC with my Cade.
Really?
Pretty dope.
You have Cade in your PC? Is that because he's too weak to go be anywhere else without dying?
Yeah, he needs the power of my PC components to, keep him alive.
Because he's a bad Vanguard player. I just wanted to say that specifically.
Pretty much. So, let's touch on the dungeon, because we barely got to touch it last week in our review. So, we all ran it together actually yesterday, and I had a good time. I fell quite a bit,
Yeah.
I had a good time. So what is your favorite encounter of the whole thing, Face? The whole dungeon?
Okay. So that's a leading question because I specifically told Matt. I have gotten in fights with Pasta and Rex about opening encounters and their style previously. Like with the beginning of Crown of Sorrows, it's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
You just sit there and do nothing.
Oh wow, Legion, you like the dungeon over the raid? This content? That's an interesting take.
I like the accessibility of the dungeon. I think Goss is better, but it's also different content entirely. But so you've got the totem room in the dungeon, and that is probably one of my favorite encounters. Plus raids, there's only like 3 a year. Shut up, go away. I don't want fewer raids. More dungeons for sure, though. But anyway,
Yeah.
This totem room is the right way to do opening encounter. At least when you're doing it solo. Because you've got the pressing of you're not. So it keeps you in the middle there because you can't leave the totem where it's going to kill you, which is the old King's Fall mechanic or whatever. But also, the longer you stand on it, you get that curse of suffering, so you have to get off. It's not an encounter where you're just kind of like, all right, I have my buff. A minute's passed, time to swap it. There's constantly things going on. There's so many ads. They're coming at you from everywhere. You have to juggle the amount of time you have with ads and where they're coming. And if you're running off to get a ball, you got to be able to get back on there, but you also have to deposit. But you also have to be ready for the boomers. And because you have that agency on when those knights spawn, it doesn't feel so bad. That encounter was annoying. I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
I enjoy it
better.
Too. Well, I asked him if he thought it was better than Shatter Throne, and he says it's so much better. And I agree that the first encounter in Shatter Throne is a little too long for sure. And they should think about that stuff now, Bungie, because they've done that now. And now, what's the other raid? Crown of Sorrows. I hate to bring it up, but that first encounter is horrible. Shorten your encounters, right, Bungie?
You can keep them long, but do things in them.
Yeah,
Don't give 4 rounds of the exact same boring thing.
I still think 3 rounds. If it's 3 rounds, people just don't bitch about this encounter. I'm telling you, if it's only 3 rounds instead of the 4, this is a non-issue for them.
Oh, I do.
Maybe the counter's still boring, but anyway, continue. Yeah.
Rex was very upset that she couldn't swing on the spiky lanterns in that one encounter. She yelled at me and reported me to Matt and Legion. So
wow.
I don't know what they're gonna do about that, but yeah.
I say you're okay. No biggie. But yeah,
it was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Having using the sword to kill the different bosses in the beginning with a different style. It's pretty cool. But running it with Face, I was kind of just holding his hand and running along because, like, me and Matt didn't really know what we were doing.
No idea.
Yeah, those spiky columns. It's like you jump too late.
I knew what I was doing with the swords for whatever we needed to kill. I knew what we needed to do for that, which I also think is awesome. That you literally come into the dungeon, right, and you have to go find those 3 areas and kill those guys with the sword, and that's like a reoccurring thing. Right throughout the thing, like a raid would be, where it's kind of teaching the mechanics as it goes. And I
Yeah,
think they're getting really good at doing that. Like, I love the sword mechanic for that dungeon. It's freaking awesome.
I
Final
like
boss
anything
is
that lets me
cool.
skate.
See?
I like-
Well, you get the skate, and you could, like, shoot sword beams, and then you could freaking Jedi block stuff off of you and then kill your enemies with them. That's awesome. Too much cool stuff.
What were you saying, Ice?
The final encounter is cool. You have to.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of all three, and then the boss. He just, we went down there to do damage, and I just got lit on fire, and then I died.
Yeah, y'all got murdered kind of quickly. But it was fun.
And none of you guys did the Xenophage yet, right?
I have not done Xenophage.
Yeah,
you guys
I
are
haven't.
gonna like. You guys are gonna like the dungeon even more because of it.
I
Yeah,
know
I
that is
haven't
a
done it
good
either.
story quest, but it's bugged, and I refuse to do it.
Yeah, I really do. I like everything about the boss because it reintroduces the sword mechanics. The boss room is cool as fuck, aesthetically, and he looks cool too. He looks like a badass.
It looks
He's
like a
on
mini
fire.
Crota.
Yeah.
He is very much on fire.
But yeah, anything to add on the dungeon, you guys? I know you guys want to talk about it.
I want to run it more, get more
I do
experience.
too.
at
I
it.
only have the 2 clears. I love the drop though, right? You get a masterwork pinnacle at the end.
Yeah, even though mine was ass and it was not what I
That's-
wanted, but
That's the meme, right? They give you this masterwork drop that's pinnacle, but the stats are low.
I got to start learning more about the armor 2.0 stuff because right now I just equip whatever's higher and whatever looks the best. I still like the energy and in the burn. I still got to learn all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that at some point too.
Yeah, Ice, we'll get you through a raid too sometime, maybe hopefully next week. Cause your level's there. You just you gotta get in there.
See, the thing I like about thinking about, would I rather have more dungeons and fewer raids? I like that the raids are intentionally designed to be soloable. I think that just generally provides more content than making raids that can only be, making raids. As I need to get 6 people together to do a raid, but if I am logging on and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do tonight? I can always just go hop into the dungeon and attempt to solo it a bit. I tried it this weekend. I got to the totem room flawless, easy, because once you know where you're going, it's not that hard. And then the totem room totally whipped me because I was doing all bows. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. I'll go back one of these days and finish it. I don't know.
I mean, I like Rex. I like having both because if you're like in a pinch, but you kind of want to get like a pinnacle done or something, or get some cool loot, you could just do the dungeon. And you only need 2 people, and you're not like trying to have to find 5 other people.
You know
which
what?
is nice.
Solo flawlessing the dungeon should give you a pinnacle drop every time. I would be okay with that.
See, but that like stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Even if it's like really hard,
It would have to
put
be
it in the game.
really hard.
Well,
like-
I don't think it needs to be that hard. I just think the drop
It
needs to be
that
RNG
hard.
based, and it's not guaranteed every
0.35% of
time.
people have solo flawless the dungeon.
Yeah.
It should be that hard if it's going to be an infinite progression like that. You know what the answer is to raids versus dungeons? They should just sell more stuff on Eververse so that they can make both. Duh.
I hope you're joking.
I'm not joking at all. That's how businesses work. If they make more money, they can have more resources. Make more raids.
Realistically, if you want more content in the game, right? If you want a dungeon and a raid every season, we're not gonna get one every season. We're not gonna get that every season. But if we wanted to, it would have to be a monthly subscription. There's no other way around it.
I would pay that if it meant
I would too. Raid. Now, having so much time invested into the game and stuff, yes, I would do it for this game. But not everybody's gonna feel that way, and they will lose a big part of their player base if they chose to go that route.
Yeah, like you seen what happened with Fallout 76, and they're planning on
that's
doing
just a horrible game.
That's not a fair comparison.
Yeah,
but they tried to do a subscription, and people were
and
freaking out about it.
they lost that battle.
Okay,
But-
but the difference there is that Fallout
That game is
76
just
has
ass.
never been good at all.
Well, that's everybody knocks on Destiny, and fair. Like if you have like your complaints about the game, more power to you, right? But everybody always comes back to this game. Name another successful looter shooter in this generation that's still like pretty talked about, because the Division's not that game. Borderlands, I don't think is that game. The complaint is there's no end game, right?
Borderlands is a different beast, I'd say.
And it's very different. So again, something you can't even really compare it to. But I don't know. I think I would be okay with subscription based thing, but then at the same time it's like I really have to see what they're gonna give me for that too. Like what am I actually getting for that subscription?
Well, Bungie did come out and say that the Outbreak Prime quest was paid for by microtransactions from the previous season or previous event.
Now, people will technically know.
Well, they bought stuff.
Yeah, people bought the what's it called? The Whisper ornaments, which
Yeah.
more than covered the cost of creating the 0 hour.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's not specifically that they said, "Hey, look, we can now do 0 hour," but it was more than covered by the cost of, or by the money from people buying the Whisper. But yeah, they need to make more money if we want more content.
Yeah.
So either we have to pay more seasons, or pay more for seasons, or we're just not going to get all the content.
Like, do you think if they would have made this expansion $60 to have more money towards future content, do you think people would be willing to pay $60 for this content?
I kind of want them to
Yeah.
up the charge for seasons to $20.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Legion, what do you mean when the cosmetics in there are too much? Like the price for them are too much? Like they're charging too much? Maybe they should lower that. And okay, so they would lower that and in turn probably get more sales. Yeah, I think that I agree with that.
they might need to adjust that. I remember people said that and
Yeah, exactly. $10
no.
for a skin shouldn't be a thing. I think at most it should be $5 for a skin.
I don't know.
I'd buy more. I know I would.
Remember, people said this same thing when Apex Legends tried to do their big event, and they were trying to. They had some serious microtransaction issues.
I
But
think
Apex Legends came out and said that the studies have shown that people don't actually buy more if things are priced less. Bungie might have an issue with their current pricing system, but it's not just a ban.
I think like every skin you buy in Fortnite is like $10, and people have spent hundreds of dollars in that game for skins.
Yeah, but that game is a free-to-play game.
Destiny's free to
Destiny.
play now too.
Technically, but you literally have access to the whole game for free on that game.
You have access to everything in here too.
No,
can
you
go on the
don't.
moon.
You
You
can't
do all
do
the activities, but you
you can't do the meat and potatoes of the content. Like I'm saying, free Fortnite is free. You get on Fortnite, you don't have a pass or anything. You could play the entire game with no limitations.
Yeah.
Other than cosmetic, which don't count. You're paying for a game here. So and content seasonally now. So yeah, you have to kind of add that in there somewhere. But even Legion makes another point that the skin is $8, but you could only buy silver in increments of $5.
Yes.
So how is that? That's not really user friendly or like good for your customer. So they need to adjust some of it for sure.
I agree with what Legion said. Paying an extra $15 to $25 for an additional season's pass to get all of the cosmetics. I've
Mhm.
been saying that for a long time.
Dude, and a lot of people would opt to do that. Like if it's only
Wait, additional how much?
he's saying 15 and 25 and you get every cosmetic release for that season.
Oh.
Now
How
that
is-
could
I don't know.
But would that be per season, or would it be
that would
an extra
probably be per season.
$20 for the whole year?
No, it would be
per season.
per season, yeah. Because you still
So
you
you
need to
mean
make
like
money.
add a specific Eververse season pass? So you've got your stuff that gives you in-game rewards, and you've got one that's just cosmetics.
Yeah, I'm sure people would probably buy both.
Well, yeah. I
And
think
then if you
have the
don't
option.
want all those cosmetics, you don't have to. But you can.
And then or you could just buy the ones you want. Like, you know,
Yeah,
whatever
okay.
they want, whatever they want to charge them. I would like that a lot. And then there's literally no excuse to say the money's not there. Because
Well-
people are gonna buy that stuff.
Yeah. We'd have to see what their financials
What the numbers
are.
actually were, yeah, but you know,
But yeah, give them more
all
fun.
good ideas.
Let's see what they can
Well,
do.
we're 9:00 right now. We started late because we had technical difficulties.
We
So,
had technical difficulties.
I had technical difficulties. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm Legion. But we're gonna take a vote in chat to either talk about the season pass or PvP, and that'll be our last topic for today. Giving you the choice.
I mean, we're kind of already talking about the season pass.
So the season pass it is,
Where's Sweaty when you need him?
right?
The guy
We
who
don't-
actually
we
has a
really
helper
don't.
PvP role now.
We don't have time for PvP though. That would take probably a lot of time. So, do you guys like the addition of the season pass, and is it something that you would like to see more of, or do you think it's something that shouldn't stick around for the long haul, that they should get rid of? Go ahead, Ice. Tell me your thoughts.
It forces you to play the game to get all of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm only level like 60.
Yeah.
And to get level 100, you have to either do a lot of grinding or just play a lot. Whereas, some other games like, say, Fortnite, you can buy every single tier. So if you technically wanted to, you could buy the entire season pass worth of content. Not saying that I would do it, but people who say want specific skin that is level 99 and they don't have enough time to do it, it might be easier just to buy it than it would to be investing all the time trying to unlock it.
I actually have a
Fortnite lets you
question
buy
too.
the specific one.
You can buy.
Yeah, but they're expensive. They're like $20, no?
You can buy each tier. So if you're on level 50, you could buy from 50 to 100, and it's X amount of money.
Okay, yeah, that's what this is.
Mm-hmm. I freaking love what they did with the season pass, and I can't wait to see what they do with it in the future. I'd like to see like maybe better rewards in there, cause like the exotic engrams are awesome, but when you have all the exotics, it's kind of not so awesome. You know what I mean?
They should only drop armor.
Yeah, or like armor, like stuff like that. That would be really cool. Like, there's so many possibilities for this, and I'm really happy it's in the game. Because what Rex said, because you get to see when your next reward's coming too, so you're like, oh, fuck, maybe I'll do a couple more bounties or do a little bit of this before I get off. And then just to get that extra reward. And then Kayla said something cool too.
I'd like to see more exclusive stuff in there.
Yeah, put that in there. Like, I love, I'm only looking at the Warlock right now, but the set that's in there, the Vex set, is so cool. The ornaments.
Do not have it.
No, I have it. I'm missing the helmet right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm right there though. I'm like 92 or something. But
nice.
Yeah, like I think it's a good way just to keep people pushing, and then to extend this. Did we get to you, Face? What do you think about it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It's a good start. It's not finished.
Oh, it's definitely flawed. Like, I'm not saying it's perfect, but yeah.
It needs. Let me repeat it. If I could just literally start over from the beginning and do the entire thing again, even if that means that the ones where I got cosmetics, I don't get anything doing those, I would be playing this game way more. Because I would love to be able to have a consistent way for solo players to get golf ball, other than buying them. And because otherwise, right now, I'm what am I? I'm 172, and it's like, I don't care. I get what do I get? I get a nostalgic engram every 5 levels
Yeah.
that I just don't open because they have frame rate issues and it gives me nothing useful.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know, just some bug.
Bro, it kills me. All right, continue.
But yeah, if they would let us just do it all over again, or I think Say No to Rage was saying something about adding a prestige track to it, like with a few different rewards that was repeatable, because you could definitely tune a separate track for people who've already done it. Make it no cosmetics, make it a bit lighter on the currency. Maybe just an easier way to try and get rolls on your seasonal armor. That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got an engram and it said which one do you want, and you chose one of the 5 armor pieces that you need, so you have a really clear way to grind out that armor for the rolls you want. But yeah, give me a reason to do it again, because I've got 100 in like 3 weeks, and the season's like 3 times that long. So
Definitely. But yeah. And then I guess with this season pass, because the first one we got the artifact, and I was like curious to actually what you thought about that face.
artifact?
Like, is it like, I don't know, is it something that ruins the game or is it something that makes it better?
I know that if you play PvP, you're gonna say it ruins the game because of that stuff it adds. It's a great way to have like a PTR thing, because you can add mods on here like Thundercoil. Well, what would happen if all arc melees got buffed, or if this was on an exotic? Or what would happen if all warlocks could apply weaken on every single nade they throw, and then have a lot of nades because Nezarec Sin is finally getting the attention it deserves?
Yeah.
That's also very cool. It's going to be really sad when it goes away. But other than that, I mean, if I'm doing a raid, I kind of ignore the rest of the mods because I run a bow, and the only one on there is overload arrowheads. So I just make someone else run anti-barrier hand cannon rounds or whatever.
Yeah. Somebody with the recluse. Yeah.
Yes, we had that issue during our flawless, where I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have barrier rounds on. Someone else help me.
There you go.
But yes, it's good. I want to see more of it, and like, give us this for our classes instead of these tree nodes. But then again, people are also like, oh, I have no idea what's going on with the artifact, and they don't know what to take and stuff. So we'd have to get back into that.
I had Ambu walk me through my artifact not too long ago.
I'm
starting to get it too. Like, it's easy to kind of understand it when you're reading everything.
That's where I'm at with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't messed with it enough to fully know the artifact's full potential.
Yeah. But like, do you guys like that the artifact gives you the artificial power? I guess it's not artificial, it's just not gear score. Do you think that's a good way for them to make up for a lower player that doesn't grind as much, but they're grinding out the season pass, so therefore they're getting the levels through the artifact? Do you think that's a good way to handle that?
I like it.
Yeah.
There's not too much to say about it.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be a train wreck. And
well, again,
pleasantly surprised.
Light level kind of doesn't really matter in the game. And now, it's not like WoW, where as you're leveling up, you're gaining new things about your character. As you increase your light level, nothing changes. You're not unlocking different things, which is why the artifact XP is fine. Because as you're increasing your artificial light through the artifact, you're also unlocking new things on the artifact, which is just more stuff that you keep getting. That's cool. But just, oh yay, I'm light level higher now. Do I do anything different? No. I do the same amount of damage, take the same amount of damage because I'm already over leveled for everything. Pointless.
Yeah. I'm like curious to say, like, what if I'm like a player that doesn't know shit about Destiny, right? But I'm playing actively for some reason, but I'm not optimizing my drops, right? Does that level keep going up if I'm like 920? Can my artifact just carry me to like 940 at that point?
That would be plus 20. If you're doing that,
or like plus 15, let's say.
You could get to there. It's set up in a way, and this is actually something that they need to fix. They need to make it so that it's not they need to change it. Doing bounties in a lost sector on the moon for a month shouldn't be faster than doing like 980 nightfalls or raids or whatever.
Yeah.
Bounties are good, but they shouldn't be the single thing that gives you a. So a new player is not likely to end up at that point, Matt, just because of the way that bounties work. If they're not optimizing their bounties, they're going to level
Then
up
they're
slowly.
not. All right.
I have seen new players get confused. Like,
Because I thought that would have been interesting.
yeah, I think if they were to do that, it should be like half of your artificial light level applies to your other characters. Or no, that wasn't what it was. Half of your artificial light level increases your drop level up to the 950 cap or something. So then people who have one character really high and like a plus 20 light level, when they go in on their other character, that instead of having to do the whole 0 to 50 grind, they just have to they start off with all their plus ones or their powerfuls dropping at 926 because they've already got half of that XP from their artifact. That doesn't make any sense, I suppose. I wanted them to have it be more of a way to help people who couldn't balance grinding out multiple alts otherwise. Does that make any sense?
A little.
Like when we heard that it was going to be shared across tunes, we're like, oh yeah, this means I can just play my warlock and then go over to my hunter and I won't have to do everything with because she'll already be at level. But that's not how it works.
Destiny.
So cool, but so weird.
Yeah, I think hopefully though they keep going on this track because I really did dig Shadowkeep and I think it's a good starting point from them, and I think there's still things to come. Like I'm hoping there's the weapons 2.0 if they did the armor right. I know a lot of people are asking for that too now.
Luke Smith has specifically said that he doesn't think weapons need a 2.0.
Oh God.
Yeah, so we'll see how long that takes.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk anymore because we already went over. But do you guys have any questions in chat or anything for us on the show or the clan, anything like that before we sign out? Don't all talk at once, okay?
I was waiting for the chat to pop up.
I know. I was like, one of them will say something. When is Face's face reveal?
Never.
There you go. Shit, if I was Face, I'd be annoyed as hell.
No,
damn.
I don't mind. Boo.
No face.
Boo.
No
You
face
scared
reveal.
me. Maybe eventually. We'll see.
All right. So, on that note, that's all the time we have for today. You can find out our link on the Discord. It's down below. We also have our YouTube as well as our Twitter and our individual Twitter handles. Thank you guys so much, and please tune in next Sunday at 8 for another episode. If I don't have technical difficulties. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by.